The other day, I was walking back from my local supermarket through the parking lot, my basket filled with nothing but paint thinner, Tesco sauce, and singular grapes diligently harvested from separate fruit displays, when I spotted a woman pushing her shopping basket to her parked car. Upon reaching her vehicle and unloading her goods, she simply pushed the cart to the side, to the direct center of the adjacent parking space, jump-starting a sequence of banal misery as thoughtlessly and casually as a pregnant mother lighting a cigarette. The sight wrought upon me a near transcendent bliss. The optimization of human suffering is not its utilitarian maximization. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Oftentimes, political reality is confused with ideological popularity. Fallacy. Ideological popularity is nothing other than a measure of ideological coherence. Political theorists make the mistake of assuming the masses have some kind of coherent, cogent, achievable design, that the potentiality of an ideology is therefore measurable by how that ideology adheres to that public design, public consciousness. The reality is, the public consciousness is something akin to oobleck. Apply extreme force over a too short period of time, and the public consciousness locks up. The status quo fights back, snaps, and shatters into visceral chunks of discontent and rebellion. But the gentler the pressure, the simpler and more coherent and conceivable the ideology, the easier that consciousness conforms to whatever mold or distortion desired. There is no public will. The public has no will beyond convenience. The path of least resistance is the path always chosen. They buy clothing manufactured by the swollen hands of small Bangladeshi children because it is convenient to do so. They savor fruits grown fat on the tears and sweat of migrant workers earning pennies per hour in the blazing Florida sun because it is convenient to do so. They pull the triggers and push the buttons and seal the gas chamber doors because it is convenient to do so. With this principle in mind, let us consider the optimization of societal sufferism. The perfect, immortal, invincible, unbreakable dystopia must be a democracy. Not just a democracy, but a federal democracy. The entirety of human history, and especially recent events, have demonstrated that human beings will accept any indignity, inflict any horror, surrender any autonomy if they believe that it is a development that they have earned. Many are the tyrants high and low who cast their yoke heavy on the shoulders of the people. Many are their edifices broken in the sands. We will not break. A perfect dystopia must then firstly collectivize federal authority. On a local level, policy and policymakers are seen and understood. The rationale and reasoning of policy evident, the policies decided by that local democracy relevant, and their consequences apparent. However, as we reach the federal level, each voter's will evaporates until their individual impact ceases to exist. On a federal level, votes become fairy dust and daydreams. Politicians cater to nothing but the demands of the status quo, and policies know and do nothing. Federal legislation is fundamentally impactless on the lives of the voter. Federal democracy, consequently, boils away every genuinely representative aspect and leaves only the parts we desire of a democracy: factionalism, hatred, partisanship, and the illusion of choice. Every decade will see federal authority consolidated more, the rights and autonomy of local systems and individuals subsumed one by one into a bureaucratic Goliath. Policy choice rendered more and more alien and inconsequential, partisanship grown more and more influential, and the lines on which it is staked more trivial, the fruits of democracy rendered more tasteless, while its thorns grow sharper and more poisonous.